Well, there's good news for vampires because there will be blood. Come April, the deficit of the United States once again must be raised because we've been going in debt now for, oh gosh, every year for 100 years or so. Since the Federal Reserve, that's what the Federal Reserve is. It's a great debt-making machine. The reason that they do this is because once they get you in enough debt, then they can say, hey, you got to give us something. You'll never be able to pay this back. You got to give us something. We're going to start cutting pieces out of the pie of liberty. You're going to have to tinkle in this cup for us to get a job. You're going to have to pay us insurance. You're going to have to kick in on this social program. You're going to have to let us tax the hell out of you in other ways. And that's what it all boils down to, and that's what the debt making is all about. And the Federal Reserve is nothing more than a debt making machine. All you have to do is look at what's happened since 1913. In 2013 is the Federal Reserve's 100th birthday, the centenary. I think they're trying to forget the centennial. I don't know. They're trying to forget it. They haven't mentioned it at all in the media. They would just rather not think about it and rather not talk about it. That's one thing. The Federal Reserve is a lot like the Mormons. They would just rather people forgot they were there, and people do forget they're there and what they do and what they've done to our whole economy and society until things get bad. Now in April, there will be blood. That's what the Republicans are saying because they're not wanting to increase the debt. That's what the Republicans say. Although, look what George did while he was in. He increased the debt by trillions, and he's trying to break Benjamin. That's his goal. That's the way they are. But he's Benjamin himself. Through Barbara's side, they actually can claim descent from the house of David, through the Templars and stuff, whatever. It's ridiculous. The Priority Scion, look into it. Look into the records that the Templars dug up, the birth records, the genealogical records out of the stables of Solomon, that were secreted there after Titus and his band of goons sacked the city. They put all the genealogical records there. Jesus Christ, Joshua Ba Mariam was royalty, and they became the Merovingian line, and there's always been this big fight between the Carolingians and the Merovingians over there, and supposedly the Merovingians were wiped out, but that's not true. And now they're still here, and George and Jeb and all these guys are supposedly related to them. Whatever. There will be blood. We must hope maybe there'll be some royal blood because, they get enough of ours. That's all I can say. And all that royal blood is just a bunch of inbred stuff anyway. I'm happy to see William and Kate. I think they're actually a good couple. Maybe I don't think they're related. I hope they're not related. I don't really want to go there. They deserve to be happy. Hopefully they can make a change. They look good. They look like good, strong people. So we can hope for that. But in April, the Republicans are bound and determined not to go into debt any farther, and they're using this as a club, although they have been largely responsible for increasing the debt. A lot of these guys that are talking bad about debt actually took bailout money, millions of dollars worth, as corporation CEOs and stuff like that. And so these guys say one thing and do another, and they're a bunch of liars and cheats and thieves. That's the Republican Party. The Democrats, they're probably about the same. That's who we have leading us, and basically they sold us out a long time ago. They're not American, and they are not. All they want is more money and to get out of there with their money, and America be damned. And the sooner that we get American leaders in our government to get us back closer, at least, to our Constitution, and away from this lawmaking that has been substituted because of our debt, the better off we'll be.